Is this a YA novel? Is it
Yeah,
for
like middle grade, like
oh, cool.
9 to 14 is the age group they talk about.
I admire your ability to do such things. I'm way too attached to profanity to write YA.
Welcome to Cloudtown Tuesday, the day where I share a page from my graphic novel, Cloudtown, and tell you about the process of making it. It's like a editor's commentary on a DVD. So here it is. Let's go. Let's do it.
Originally, this graphic novel had big text chunks, and this is like the only text chunk that stayed, for whatever it's worth. It's just the kid, she's getting bullied, and they force her to write an embarrassing love letter to the coolest kid in school. Which, for me, the coolest kid in school was fun because he is a character that I jokingly wrote the coolest kid in school above because he was just a random side doodle that looked really nerdy. Let's see if I can find that. Oh yeah, so this was my first drawing of the coolest kid in school,
right.
Over on page 4.
Oh, that's fun.
And that was just a joke. But then I was like, a couple of pages later, I was like, what if he actually is the coolest kid in school? And like the coolest kid in my school was like, actually, or like one of the kids I think of as the coolest kid, he wasn't particularly fashionable. He wasn't particularly, like the thing he had is he was actually more mature.
Yeah.
And like, I think our media skips the fact that being a reasonable, chill person at an early age is amazing. And other kids recognize it even if they don't know why.
Oh, that's what coolness actually is. It is confidence.
But
Yeah.
like real confidence, not the faux confidence what all the other teens are
Right.
trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious when somebody is trying to be cool. Like,
Yeah.
the person's actually cool. It's like, oh, that's a cool person. Like, they're comfortable in their own skin. Nice. Is this a YA novel? Is it for
like middle grade, like
oh, cool.
9 to 14 is the age group they talk about.
I admire your ability to do such things. I'm way too attached to profanity to write YA.
You know, there have been a couple of times where I've talked to writers and artists that were invited to work on a YA graphic novel, partially because, you know, young people are encouraged to read. There's certainly a strong market for it, and they have mixed feelings about it. There's some people kind of have a little bit of disrespect for the concept of doing young reader stuff. But to me, it's just as hard as writing for adults, but then a little harder, because you're trying to distill a story that'll be really moving, that will get through the gatekeepers of like librarians, teachers, parents, aunts, uncles, that they'll be like, oh, this is acceptable to show my kid. And then when they, or my, you know, the children in my life. And then when it gets to that child, it also has to have all the impact you use, sometimes more violent or more dramatic things to happen. You're trying to get that same amount of core feeling in a relatively softer world. So in Cloudtown, it's a floating island that juts from a rip in a hole in the universe. So like weird creatures come out of this magical hole in the universe. It's a very soft sci-fi. It's like very sci-fi fantasy where the rules of our world don't totally apply, but people don't quite understand what's going on. But there are giant monsters that come out, and they have to fight them with a giant robot. That's the story engine. That's like the zombie part of the book. But you know, it's very much about friendship and navigating high school and first jobs. Just one person's first job is fighting monsters in a giant robot. Is at my house in Oakland, California for his birthday week because he got kicked out of France again.
Again. They don't like me.